Wawrinka is the reigning US Open champion. In 2015, he won Wawrinka, and in 2014, he won the Australian Open men's singles championship here on Wawrinka Arena. Also in 2016, he won titles in Geneva, Dubai, and China. He was a finalist at St. Petersburg. He now has 15 career singles titles on the ATP World Tour, and in 2017 already a semi-finalist in Brisbane on Pat Arena. He is the 4th seed here at our championship in 2017 in the semi-final in Melbourne at the Australian Open from Switzerland, Stan Wawrinka. And in the chair, in command of this men's singles semi-final on this fine Thursday night, we welcome from the United States of America, Mr. Jake Garner.
Two minutes. One minute. Ladies and gentlemen, the semi-final match is the best of 5 sets. First 4 sets tiebreak, final set advantage. Roger Federer won the toss and chose to serve. Done. Seats with me, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. Yes, and talking of greats, Rod Laver was awarded the Company of the Order of Australia ahead of this match tonight, awarded by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. It's for achievement and merit in service to Australia and humanity. Happy Australia Day, everybody. It's all Swiss, and it's Federer to begin.
Thank you. Seats, please. Please take the seats. Thank you, sir.
Mats Wilander, 3 times a champion of this event, joins me in the commentary box. Good evening, Mats.
Good evening, Chris.
Your thoughts of this epic semi-final?
Well, I think it's going to depend a lot on how well Roger Federer serves. If he's up high and high percentage first serves in play, I think it'll be very difficult for Stan.
As always, Wawrinka backs off for the return on the second serve. Does he need to change that against Federer, do you think?
I do think so, yeah. I don't think there's any chance he can win we can win by playing tiebreakers, but breaking serve is going to be hard.
30-15.
It's not easy for this man either, because the pressure is on, not from us, but from himself, I think, more than ever. Even though he hasn't played, this is a great chance to get another major.
40-15.
So long in the shadow of Federer, Wawrinka, in the early stages of his career and for long periods. At times he's been beyond the shadow. Dear, oh dear. He's been doing that for a fortnight.
Can't hit a better return than that, Wawrinka, from where he is. Nice little chip action from Federer. He's so sharp and he's so far back. Wawrinka hits it outside the net post, nearly on the line. And he just gets to the next shot before the second bounce. Yes.
Wawrinka's a serve.
I mean, that ball goes exactly where Federer thought it was going to go.
No tape or bandages on the knee. Magnus Norman said it's all good. He's been on court over 2 hours longer than Federer. That's the sort of form Federer's been in. Quick form. Is this the quickest court they play on all year?
Apparently, I spoke to one of the players in the men's side, main draw guy, and he said that this is the quickest court all year for the men, and I'm assuming it is for the women. And Rod Laver Arena is very quick. Interesting to me to see how much he's going to target Federer's forehand when he serves Wawrinka.
There's some meat behind that at 207.
40-15.
129 miles per hour. Played. Well, there's a calling card. Match on. He was instrumental, wasn't he, in the Davis Cup final? He played a major role. Federer was quick to acknowledge that. And that probably helped him too. He's leading Federer, playing better than Federer and winning the Davis Cup for the first time for Switzerland. Winning Grand Slams, and Federer was on a little bit of a lean spell. Can that help him tonight? The fact that he did overtake Federer for the first time in his career a little bit?
I think it can. Of course it can. It's just the surface, I think. It's just the speed of the court that really doesn't favor Stan. There he stepped in though on the return, took the ball just behind the baseline. That's going to be key.
Yeah. How do you read this serve?
15.
Must be the hardest serve to read of all time, because he obviously doesn't serve as hard as a lot of people, but he gets so many free points.
I had no clue where that one was going, Stan.
That's dangerous for Federer, getting involved in those rallies. That, to me, is nearly considered too long a rally for Federer. He's going to give Stan Wawrinka timing and rhythm. When he gets going with his ground strokes, very few can defend against it.
That's the classic one down the tee. How much serve and volley do you think we'll see from Federer tonight?
30 all.
I don't think that much, to be honest. I think once in a while was probably enough. So that Stan doesn't quite know when he's going to do it. Hope I'm wrong. Hope we see more. Yeah, it's much more of a threat when Wawrinka stands close on the second serve return, even if he chips it back, because the court is playing that quickly that if the ball hits the ground, it skids through. It's tough to do anything with it.
Too hot to handle. He knew it was going there. Well, there's the first serve and volley.
Could have done way more with this backhand volley. It was high and tough, but still. Too far in front, that forehand volley.
Catch. He's a ball boy himself once. That's why he does that, to acknowledge them.
Oh, I thought he was practicing his forehand volley.
His backhand volley doesn't need practicing, does it? To make one that early, that tough.
At deuce.
His back's better. Fun point. Tough game. Federer comes through it. It's 2-1.
Federer leads 2-1.
It's both. And it'd be interesting to see if he stays up there, if he chooses to go back and forth a little bit. I think it depends on how aggressive Federer manages to stay, and that's just mental to me. If he's not feeling the pressure, he'll be very aggressive.
Any available seat for now, please?
I love the way people are bringing in 3 or 4 drinks for themselves. They're not going anywhere. Now they've got them.
Love the team.
So good at that. We call it defense, but the shot he hits puts pressure straight back on his opponent.
How good was the return? The rest we know was magnificent.
Love the team.
So relaxed. Love this play from Federer. It comes in. Gets a little bit lucky there, Federer, you would think. Half volley, backhand, short, cross court.
Love 14.
Not one you would have expected. Guess he come up with these shots.
He's earned the luck, hasn't he? 3 break points. Just explain to the viewers again, Mats, why Federer's backhand for you is so much better these days.
Well, because when he takes the racket back, usually the racket head would be standing straight up in the air. And Stefan Edberg told me that when they started working together that he tried to get the racket head down so it's level with the grip, and therefore you can push right through the backhand.
And we've seen that on 2 of those returns, haven't we?
And you can block it much easier than otherwise. He has to always hit a little bit of topspin, and it's too risky. And I know Ivan Lubicic has been working with him very hard on that as well. And he had a great one-handed backhand, Lubicic.
Still break point. He's going to hit a lot of backhand returns, that's for sure. Got a great kick serve, Wawrinka. That had more pace on it, but it's a wonderful kicker when he wants it. Having a good look. No challenge.
A good rally from Federer that time. He stands his ground on the baseline. Looking very comfortable, Federer.
Yeah. So strong.
And there's one of the, that's a good angle to see the amount of spin the players put on the ball. And the net clearance sometimes is quite high, but often it's not anymore, especially on as fast a court as this one.
Cool evening, 20 Celsius, 68 Fahrenheit, start of play, but still quick.
What a perfect night to play tennis.
Yeah. Even better to sit down and watch it.
Oh, that's right, because we'll get to the finals, whoever wins.
We haven't lost a match yet, have we?
He looks a little bit... Well, I don't know what it is. He's working harder than Federer, that's for sure.
Yes. He's a little red already in the face, isn't he? It's a great hold. Love 40. That's big. You know, from 2005 when they first played to 8 years later, Wawrinka had beaten him once in 14 meetings. It was almost like it was against the law to beat him. It's all changed since then, of course. Federer still has had the better of it, but and the fact that he's never beaten Federer on a hard court is amazing. It's 13-zip.
That's what he's going to have to do, Wawrinka, and that's what he can do. He's got to be so aggressive from the ground and get Federer to move. He moves great, but no one can keep up with Wawrinka's ground strokes once he starts going.
He's reading that tee serve now. That's why surely there's got to be some serve and volley.
Has to. He cannot play the whole match if he's losing and not exploit that possibility.
Let's first serve. Let's first serve.
Will he be stubborn and just get it right, or will he switch it?
Well, most people would switch it.
Now then.
But again, Wawrinka read the serve.
Yeah.
And he was able to drive through. Usually it never drives through a first serve return. So Federer's going to have to rethink his way he holds serve here.
Break points, having had 3 just now in a row.
He's gonna serve and volley. It's such mind games when you're playing a big match like this, because we have talked about Federer, should he serve and volley? Not, because he blocks the return back, Wawrinka, but in the meantime, it's Wawrinka who started far back, then he came in and blocked it. Now he's hitting through the return, so now it's difficult for Federer to serve and volley. So that's a bad miss, but it's Wawrinka who's made the choice before Federer even served and volleyed, and that's mind games. Wawrinka is 1 ahead in the mind game department right now. Wow.
Massive. Consistently.
Deuce.
It's as good a point as you will ever see on a quick court like this. Great defense, great movement, great angles. Just love that serve from when you're behind Federer. It looks like it hardly touches the court. It just hits and sort of skids right through, and possible to get back.
The serve and volley again. Wawrinka read it again. So it's a mini battle each. Break points saved. Fascinating, these early exchanges. Federer 3-2.
Federer leads 3-2.
Is phenomenal. Serve is still great. The forehand's still great. And then you add on the genius. Should we be surprised? And,
No.
he's pain-free.
Yeah, there's a lot going on that's really, really good for Roger Federer. It's just that doubt when the big points come up towards the end of these bigger tournaments, the Grand Slams.
Thank you. Seats, please.
And he has stumbled for quite a few years now towards these later rounds.
Any seeker now, ready for play.
His last Grand Slam was Wimbledon, of course, 5 years ago. Last final, US, 15. Lost to Novak.
That's an excellent second serve return by Federer, and Wawrinka just blocks it back with no problem. Are you kidding me? Yeah, he was laughing too. And he too, both of them. Is it practice, Stan? We're just playing in the backyard, or?
30-15.
Let me throw one of these in, see if I can get it to spin back across the net and back over to my own side. No, I'm not going to let you, Roger. This is the semi-finals of a Grand Slam.
Might be worth a bonus point here too.
Oof. That could turn this set around, or turn it in his favor here, Federer.
How clean was that return?
2 points that other players just they don't play those kind of points. Only Federer plays those 2 last points. That's really well done by Wawrinka. It's a tricky return.
It's going to be a real test for the Federer backhand tonight, isn't it? A real test. As good as it's been this fortnight, this is different.
Absolutely.
That caught the line? We'll find out.
On the right center service line. The ball is cutting.
Three all.
Game. Wawrinka. 3 games on.
New racket again before the new balls, or when Federer's going to be serving with the new balls. The stringers have been busy this tournament.
Yeah, no, so he takes a new racket now because there's 1 game left. And then Wawrinka serves with new balls in the next game, and therefore he has a racket that's not quite new, so the balls don't fly too much. Oh.
It's a little flat-footed there for once, Federer. Good enough on the overhead, but great defense.
Great defense, and Federer gesturing there that I don't know what he was. Couldn't see the ball, or. Oi. Oh.
Yeah, he looked a bit shaky, setting up for it.
15 all.
Call from the umpire.
Ooh.
15-30.
Another strange.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a courtesy to the players, please do not call out during the points.
Yeah, someone shouted out as he was hitting it.
what? Oh, how does Federer get that backhand back?
30 all.
It's amazing.
It's a matter of picking the right time here for Federer when he serves and volleys, and it is when Stan Wawrinka doesn't realize he's coming. Really well played. Oh my goodness.
It's perfection. Well, what a 7 games we're having here. Rod Laver, I think even he's licking his lips.
Federer leads 4 games to 3.
Mainly because of the two players. One-handed backhands, variety of shots, but also because of the court surface. They're not real, what you might call bombers, where they play with finesse, both players. Even Wawrinka, he hits the ball hard. And he's as strong as Wawrinka, that guy.
New balls in play. Pretty close, that, wasn't it? Serving and volleying. That would have been his first. Federer's 4 from 6. Held it so well. And then unleashed.
15.
This is an absolutely perfectly technical one-handed backhand. Everything right. Eyes on the ball, middle of the racket, full follow-through.
Three single-handed backhands in the semis with Dimitrov.
And he has improved his as well.
Yeah.
Of course, Federer and Dimitrov are very similar, whereas Wawrinka's is slightly different. He's got more power.
Children across the world are still taught the double-handed backhand 100% of the time. Oh, fantastic coverage from both men. Yeah, no wonder they're clapping above their heads, some of them.
40-15.
On as even still.
4 games on.
Wawrinka's only had to hit 6-second serves. Federer's 13. First serve percentage just over 50% for Federer, nearly 80 for Stan. He's been given more looks. The #1 Swiss these days.
15 love.
Just rushed Wawrinka a little bit there, Federer, by his court positioning, really. It's interesting, once they start trading ground strokes, Federer is just behind or just on the baseline, and Wawrinka takes a couple of steps back where he has time.
It's his quickest serve of the night, 202 Ks, 126 miles per hour. Federer special. His first love hold. It's good timing. Wawrinka's got a hold to stay in the set.
Federer leads 5 games to 4.
Who wouldn't want a seat to watch this? One of the hottest tickets in town. Venus and Serena in the final. They've rolled back the years. What a moment, family moment for them. The 30-somethings on parade this tournament. In magnificent fashion.
Please.
Wawrinka serving to stay in the opening set at 4-5 after 37 minutes.
Love.
Interesting.
15 all.
Yeah, well, Federer started to block the first serve return on his backhand side, so Stan is trying to come in a few times, get Roger to change his mind and start coming over his backhand return again.
Might be my imagination, but he's missed more backhands tonight, Federer, already than what we've seen in the tournament.
He's having to hit more as well. It's like, Stan, you can't fool me, Roger. Still going to go to your backhand.
Wow, that is such a deadly serve. Weighs a ton when it hits your racket, so even Magnus Norman can't believe he made that one. I mean, that was unbelievable.
Just took off. Yeah, like the wind took it.
That's what happens when you go to the forehand.
40-30.
Of course, you got to go there sometimes, and going there at 40-15. Tennis is not played. You're not really trying to win every single point here. You just have to divide your shot selection and the direction of them.
Yeah, the net helping Wawrinka there. Had a chance to run round his backhand, Federer, didn't take it. 5-all.
5 games on.
I mean, I think we knew that Federer was going to be, he's going to be involved in this match because I think he loves this matchup. He loves playing against Stan. It's just like, it's not a practice session, but Stan, when we've seen him play Federer in the past, sometimes he's not there. Yeah. He's there tonight. Yeah. He's focused. He looks like he's having fun. He's enjoying the challenge. He's not getting angry, but he's there.
Love 15.
Suddenly Federer looking a little bit tight, not stepping into the backhand.
Stunning. And he's going to make more first serves if he serves and volleys anyway, because of the way you hit the serve when you serve and volley.
Usually you don't hit it as hard. Take some speed off it, because the whole idea is to serve the ball into the service box, come forwards, and you know you're going to have to hit a volley. Could have served and volleyed again. Yeah.
Especially off that bunt return. And that's what I don't understand. When he's got the time to use his feet, Federer, I mean, we always know how stubborn he is, but the amount of backhands he's missed, he didn't have to hit one then.
Could have hit a volley or a forehand.
Serve and drop volley, he's sticking with that. So interesting, isn't it? Tactics so obvious.
Oh, it's so obvious, so fun. He's so good, Federer, and that's not, it's sort of a drop volley, but not, it's just a short volley.
Brilliant. Another break point.
And again, you would think, why Federer doesn't want to serve and volley out wide to Wawrinka's forehand. He's blocked 2 in a row there now, Wawrinka.
Semi-finalist here, Norman. 17 years ago.
Left second.
It wasn't that easy. Little chip backhand from Wawrinka came with nothing on it.
Juice.
Federer again, great footwork.
Pretty close.
Advantage Federer.
And just the bunt return, we see Wawrinka do that so often, so well.
He's good at it. He's got really good hands, Wawrinka.
He stopped immediately, even though he hit a wonderful forehand. He looked at Magnus Norman for confirmation.
When he looked at Zverev's players box in the quarterfinals, and he was laughing, and Sasha, the young Zverev, was laughing with Federer.
Yes.
And he is right. He maybe looked at the line umpire who sits right underneath Magnus Norman, the baseline umpire.
6-5.
It's really fun while you're watching most probably the two, can you say prettiest tennis players in terms of strokes that we have in the men's game?
Why not? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, how's that? 2 in a row off the baseline from Wawrinka, and still doesn't win the point.
Oh, what an excellent point. Great defense by Federer. And this is a good little shot by Wawrinka. He didn't have much choice. Of course, you don't want to play the cat and mouse game with Roger Federer. He's so good creativity and the feel.
Yeah, if he was the cat, Tom and Jerry would have had to been rewritten. Oh, it's outstanding.
And this is a really well-played point, I think, by Roger Federer. It's a good approach out. He gets it up pretty high, but of course, Stan, that's the biggest difference. He's so strong. His grip is a little bit different than Federer, so he can get the ball in front of him, and especially on high backhands.
Just asking Jake Garner. He's not 100%, I don't think, the American in the umpire's chair. So here's a challenge, big one. 15 all, 5-6.
Wawrinka has 2 challenges remaining.
Excellent serve.
30 all.
Yeah, good response. But how much do we think he has learned from being around Roger Federer? So much, especially in these situations. To shake it off, step up and execute.
Oh, that's close.
Got a challenge again.
And Federer, I think, feels he might have made this. And Federer was nowhere near it. Clean winner or break point.
Oh, he missed it again.
Wow. They've both had 3 break points. This is Federer's 4th now. No breaks yet.
Please.
Set point it is.
Set, sorry.
Thank you.
He's got it.
And for set, Federer.
There's a collective roar too. Many standing.
7 games to 5.
Them, but
Seats, please.
Federer seems to be just a little bit sharper. He's a little more aggressive. Comes to the net more and wins a higher percentage when he does. It's important to not forget that Federer did have love 40 in a service game earlier in the set, and then he breaks through there to win. Doesn't even have to play a tiebreaker, so in Federer's mind, I would think he feels he's quite far ahead.
You
can almost hear him tweaking the first serve. Not quite in the rhythm yet.
Well, he's his own coach as well, isn't he, Federer? He owns his game.
He hardly ever looks into the box, does he?
No, he does. I mean, he looks in sometimes for just, are you with me?
Yeah.
Come on, let's go. He's not looking for answers. He's solving his own problems.
Perfect play.
That's the other thing you mentioned before, Chris. Coaches, we like to put 2 hands on the backhand when kids start playing. Bet you no one told Roger Federer how to play tennis. Picks up the racket, maybe watch some TV, and that's how he plays. Just happens to be how you're supposed to hit the tennis ball. It's just naturally the way he wants to hit the ball. It's his own style.
Such a small country too. Must be something about the air.
First game, second set.
So this is the first of the men's semi-finals. Another mouth-watering one tomorrow. Nadal against Dimitrov. Does it get any better? Tomorrow, 8 o'clock in the morning. I know you're not going to want to miss that. It's live. Eurosport 1.
Yeah,
and how many want Federer, Nadal?
It's really, really nice for me to be able to
pretty much most you would think.
And appreciate
any permutation is going to be a cracker.
Yeah, really, with these 4 players left in the draw, it doesn't really matter to me. Of course, Nadal, Federer
and in terms of
is interesting.
Players as athletes, I mean,
at the same time, Grigor Dimitrov, he's on his way. And he is a star in the makings. He just has to start winning these big tournaments.
Yeah, no, and especially in these conditions where you're in the sun all day.
If it was Federer and Nadal, does that become the biggest match in history?
Personally, yes, I really do. Maybe the second Wimbledon final between the two, but I think this is more unlikely, and no one would ever expect to see them again.
Only for fun, nothing serious.
So to me, yes, without a doubt, the biggest tennis match men's professional tennis has ever seen. There's a duel in the sun. Tom Watson, Jack Nicklaus, of course. The rumble in the jungle, George Foreman, Muhammad Ali, and
wow.
We named something down under, I'm not sure.
They're normally great with their headlines. When Andy Murray was put out of the tournament, Night Night was the headline. Oh my goodness.
Well, they have a future, these two. They can always go into the Wawrinka Federer circus.
40-15.
Such great shot makers. I mean, they're laughing. He's smiling, Wawrinka, because of the points that they're playing.
Levels up, second set.
I'm just worried about his engagement here, Wawrinka. I just hope that he can stay focused. He's in it to win it. Pressure is on Roger, not on Wawrinka, I think. Wawrinka has won the last couple of years. He knows he can win any major. Federer hasn't, so huge for him to win this.
Yeah, just Wimbledon. The one to win for Wawrinka to complete the set.
And he's won one each of the last 3 years, and I had that going for a few years. It's a good feeling. You win a major every year. Every one you go into, you think you have another chance to win again. It doesn't matter if it's Wimbledon and so important for Federer to get to start going again.
Yeah.
It's not about winning his 18th major. That's not what he's playing. He's playing because he loves competing, but needs to win a major. You want to get that confidence.
Does he miss that because he's looking for the serve and volley? Something you've talked about for years, the benefit of sprinkling them in.
Absolutely.
Because he looked like he took his eye off the ball.
Yep. Wasn't sure. He didn't really strike it. Realized maybe that, oh, he's not serving a volley, so I could take some off of my return, and shanked it.
15-30.
He's made him breathe hard, and that's not easy.
Wawrinka, when he has time, it seems, in that rally to spin the ball up high, suddenly pushes Federer back, and he's not that comfortable back there, Federer.
Racket head speed on this is phenomenal. And that's poetry. He's had sniffs, hasn't he, Wawrinka, in a lot of the Federer service games. It's only been the one love hold. Still unbroken, Federer, setting 2-1 the lead.
Federer leads 2-1.
I'm here. Where are you? Well, can you imagine if Rafael Nadal makes it through the final and Roger Federer is waiting there?
Amazing.
Thank you. Please take any seat.
Federer will have a couple of days off.
It's just, I mean, maybe that's not good for Federer because he have.
I think the stats are not great for the player that plays the first semi and has the 2 days off. I think the winner quite often comes from the second semi. We'll get all that information coming, but there's an enormous amount of work to be done first. Wawrinka 1-2 second set.
That's a brilliant point by Wawrinka.
15.
Getting the first strike in is so important, and even though Federer defends well, he's not going to win this match by defending well, Federer. He's going to have to be aggressive. And Wawrinka can choose to be more aggressive. A little conservative on the return that time, Federer. He stepped in like he was going to hit the backhand. Rarely misses those either. Tension starting to build.
40 love.
Fifth ace, 3 more than Federer.
No. Don't start with the two-handed backhand stand, please. It's not better than yours. Can't believe he misses this stand.
Yeah, and I think his reaction cost him there too.
40-50.
This is where he needs to have a look at Magnus Norman. They have a pretty stern face on right now. Oh, on the line. Done. Lull for the new balls. Another new racket.
2 games over.
packed, obviously. 6 in play always. Who decided that, I wonder? The ultimate number.
Well,
is it always 6 in your day?
well, I don't know. I mean, 4 would be... The old pressureless boxes came in a box of 4 sometimes, but then there were a few brands that had a box with 6 in, like at Wimbledon.
Do you remember the?
Not sure
like
why
the,
it's 6.
The paper boxes of Slazenger balls. It was a brown box with the yellow emblem.
Yep.
Had a little sticker on it. As a kid, those 6 lasted me the whole summer.
Well, because they're pressureless, you could play exactly. It's just. We used to throw them in hot water and soap as well, my dad.
Really?
Yeah, you get play on clay or play on black asphalt that I grew up on, and eventually you throw them in soap and water, and then you can fluff them up again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fantastic speed and control when he got there. That's so difficult when you're moving like a hare. Look at this.
If you don't stop running, it's amazing how many tennis balls you can get to.
She looks so relaxed.
It's one of these service games again that just flies through them, Federer.
He certainly does. Keeps the pressure up on Wawrinka. It's been stretched and pulled and
Federer leads 3-2.
up against it. Then they went and win the Davis Cup.
Well, I think they nearly fell out because they're really, really good friends. So then you just have it out. You talk about it, and okay, what are we going to do about it? We're going to be, no, we're not. So they just solved the problem. Most probably brought them much closer than they've ever been. Because they're both great guys and got great values in life, it seems.
Fraction late, the call. Only a fraction. Is it the right call?
Does he win the point if the challenge is good? Questionable. And it is. Ooh.
Stan's conceded it. They're already ready to go.
There you go. There's the friendship. Because Stan could have argued that a little bit, and I have a feeling he would. I certainly would have argued it if I played against somebody who wasn't my friend, but if I'm playing against a friend, the argument is gone because really didn't have a play on it. But he could have won that argument with his chair umpire. Or at least
have a go. It's a message to Federer, isn't it? It was earlier on in the match in that first set, Mats. I mean, in an earlier round, Wawrinka tubed Klizan when he'd absolutely given up the point entirely, and there was an opportunity to do the same to Federer tonight. Didn't take it. Is there too much respect still? Because he's in a lot of trouble now.
Yeah, and this he just can't afford to lose serve here because, of course, Federer started serving in this set, so suddenly it's a point for 4-2. And the way Federer is serving at the moment, suddenly 5-2 comes around the corner very quickly, and 7-5, 5-2 sounds maybe a lot more than it actually is. Well done. Especially as he just missed that forehand.
Needs his first serve again, doesn't he?
He did, but he held back on that serve, 188 kilometers an hour only, so put it in play, and I guess knew that Federer was going to block it.
It's got him. He's just folded his racket in half, as we often see Stan do.
Federer leads 4 games to 2.
It's a setting the break down. That's why.
Federation racket abuse warning.
No, really? has to call it.
I mean, that you could look at it two ways. It's horrible in one way, but I mean, semi-finals Australian Open, it means something. It means a lot to Stan Wawrinka, and in many ways, you're going to do it. It fits better in the suitcase going home. We can put it in his hand luggage because it's now. But then again, that'd be considered a weapon.
Please.
Yonex has said they're going to fine their players for breaking the rackets. I mean, he can afford it. He's won $28 million, but. Oof.
Well, where is Stan now in his mindset? Because, yeah, exactly. This is a long road back now. He's going to have to mentally switch back on.
Magnus Norman, when he was working with one of yours, Robin Surdling, and he was a bit of a quitter. I think that's fair to say of Robin at times. Used the Winston Churchill quote: "Never give up, never, never, never." He's instilled it into Stan, hence the 3 Grand Slams. It's under severe test right now.
Well, he certainly got Robin Surdling to never, never, never give up. Stan, I feel once in a while he kind of throws in one match here and there. Not saying he gives up physically, but
14-15.
I don't know if it's emotionally either, but tactically, sometimes I feel that he throws the towel in.
Set and 5-2 it is. It's a commanding position. Set and 5-2 down. It was such a tight match to 5-all. Then Federer suddenly burst into life.
Thank you. Seats, please.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Just gotta shake it off here, Stan, and nothing's happened. Still out here, still got a good chance to come back in this match. Margins are still so small. 7-5, 5-2 sounds more than it is. There's not that big a difference between the two of them.
Almost the saber.
15 love.
Sometimes he gets caught. I mean, we're nitpicking now. It is the great Roger Federer, and he's playing good, but he does sometimes get caught on the backhand volley, and he hits too much backspin, and the ball tends to shoot up and take off.
He's enjoying himself, isn't he?
30.
Skipping around.
And I like this. I really like these 2 points that they just played. They lost both of them. Seem a little careless because they're free-flowing points, but what did they do to Stan Wawrinka? It mustn't be forgotten.
Hasn't held to love yet, Stan. parents behind Magnus Norman. Just didn't have time. One hand, two hands, and where he was.
And a couple of great little shots from Federer. I mean, that's just takes so much skill to hit it that close to the ground and still get enough topspin. Sorry, I hit at you.
Wawrinka.
He'll have to serve it out, Federer.
Federer leads 5-3.
6 points lost on serve by Federer this set. 4 in the first 2 service games, and that included a double fault. It's improved significantly from the first set. It's 11 from 15 behind the serve and volley now.
Just concerned looks there from Magnus Norman, and I think he kind of limped a little bit, Wawrinka.
He's had problems with the knee. Three set points for the 2 sets lead.
40 love. Please.
Six times he's come from 2 sets down to win, Wawrinka. This would be phenomenal if he did it tonight. Now, if you weren't with us through the night and into the early hours, the 2 women's semi-finals, of course, played today. Venus Williams. Look at this reaction. She can scarcely believe it. 36 years old, her first final here for 14 years, her first major final since Wimbledon 2009. Look at this in celebration. Amazing, Matt.
I cannot believe that she has made the finals. I really can't. Serena Williams, yes, of course, but Venus. But she played great. Served good, defended great, and one of the biggest moments in her career, you would think.
Amazing. Great tournament for Coco Vandeweghe, but Sjogren's, she's a lesson to all. Venus Williams.
Difficult to face her because I've lost to her so many times. I've also beaten her a lot.
Little sis. She's not bad either.
To lose to someone that plays like
Serena
you,
Williams.
as fast as you, that hits as hard as
Lucic
you,
Baroni was one of the biggest stories at the Australian Open ever. It made everybody weep yesterday. There wasn't enough left. She was tired and a bit battered. She gave it everything, Lucic Baroni, today. But Serena Williams, Matt, was in magnificent form.
Oh, she's playing so well. She's moving great. She's got great attitude. And this is a tough match for Serena to play. I'm sure it's tough for every player to play against Mirjana Lucic Baroni because everybody knows what she's gone through. She had a rough time, and she made the semi-finals here 18 years after she made her first semis. Lucic, Baroni, but Serena, yeah, she would be the favorite in the sister match, you would think.
Amazing. Saturday, 8 o'clock in the morning, live on Eurosport 1. Who would have thought? Venus Williams against Serena Williams in the final. Roger Federer, jacket on. It's a cool evening. We said that right at the start of the match. It's cooler than 20 Celsius now out there. And he's taking a little break from proceedings here as well. And he's such an unbelievable guy, Federer. He probably actually feels quite concerned for Stan.
Of course he does. Yeah, no, I think he saw what was going on. That's very unfortunate, of course.
So the medical timeout has now been called, so it's 3 minutes from here. And again, it just proves, Matt, that to win 7 matches over 2 weeks to win a Grand Slam, with how physical it has become, it's an art form in itself. And Federer must be just so thrilled that his body is, we keep talking about it, but pain-free. The back's okay, the knee's been healed with surgery and so on. It's probably the freshest he's been for years.
Yeah, and it looks that way too. He's playing like it's the best he's most probably played and the best he has moved, and with that comes most probably one of the best attitudes that he's had. He always seems to have a good attitude, but there's something so relaxed about him here. Positive.
Seats please, ready for play.
It's the knee again.
Yeah, definitely the knee. Put some tape on there.
Apologising to Federer for the delay as he begins the third. He's very bleary-eyed, Wawrinka. And that can be for only one reason.
Love the team.
It's not good.
Such a good backhand from Federer.
Fifteen.
He's going to have to start making first serves here, Wawrinka, and the way to do that is to slow down on your speed, higher percentage, because Federer has clearly decided that he's going to take it to Wawrinka on the second serve. That helps.
Federer sounds the call on the right center service line. Ball is called in.
He's got eye contact with Stan. What do you think, almost?
Yeah.
He was right.
Second serve. Thirty. Out. 40-30.
So important for Stan to be emotionally engaged when these guys play against one another, because Federer can get away with it, I think, because he just hits so many different shots, and he Wawrinka needs to be tough, not just in the moment of the strike, but also mentally to overcome Federer.
First game, third set.
And he's wounded, so with his power and strength, he can become very dangerous.
It could be sort of a do or die situation, which he should do even without that tape on his knee.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest problem he's got is he's 2 sets down. He's got to win 3 sets with a gammy knee against Federer.
No, but it could give him that clear thinking where, oh, okay, I don't have a choice. I got to step on it, go for it, hit hard, and bully Federer, which is what he should be doing.
Ljubicic, a quarter-finalist here, 06. Played Federer so many times. Now he's coaching him. Quite a lot of dialogue with them as well. This fortnight. Shot Rog. Shot Rog.
He has a little bit of a problem pushing off his right leg, you can tell, Stan.
Luxor. Just think how tight that tape is, just to try to support it. And doesn't want to do himself a huge damage here, Wawrinka.
No, exactly. We had somebody, of course, Denis Istomin, fought to the very bitter end against Grigor Dimitrov, but he was clearly hurt, and obviously he just wanted to finish the match. I would think this is the same situation for Stan Wawrinka, but at least he's going to go for it, step in and rip it, because he has that ability.
Yeah, he certainly does.
15.
Of course, when you move forwards for those and you've got the knee in your mind, I mean, the focus is so hard.
Yeah, tough to watch for the friends and family, I bet.
Asking if it was a double bounce.
30-15.
You should ask Federer instead. He'll tell you.
Well, I don't think Federer expected the return to go in, and then he burst into life.
I think he's looking at the serve. I think he felt the serve was out because he looked at it again, waiting for the call.
You don't miss a beat, do you?
He's looser. Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, again, it doesn't mean he's not trying to win this match. He's still trying to win. It's just give your opponent a different look. Look, you know I'm injured. I'm going to relax. I'm going to go for my shots. That's what I have to do. Wouldn't expect too many come-ons here from Wawrinka, even if he gets ahead and even further ahead. Just want to stay neutral.
Stays in front, third set at 2-1. Federer, 2 sets to love.
Wawrinka leads 2-1.
Followers that Federer has that have seen him, I'm sure, tens of times, maybe hundreds. Because there are people that meet up from all over the world. They're part of the Federer fan club, and they know one another.
Yeah. This is his 99th match here. 99th.
Love the two.
And his 100th could be the finals. Wow.
Now then.
Love the two.
Not easy for Federer either, of course, to really know what to do. He knows Stan is slightly hurt. And he does have that ability, Wawrinka, to just let it go. It's such a heavy ball.
He's had 3 break points, but he's got the luxury of 3 more in a row here. Oh, unlucky. Huge hitting.
15-40.
Federer did well there on one of them, because one backhand hit pretty much on the baseline. Federer again with a quick hands.
Got it. Wawrinka 3-1. He breaks for the first time.
It's an excellent return game by Wawrinka. Worrying for Federer that Wawrinka is able to push off that much on his knee, on his leg, and it's obvious he's going to be relaxed. Wawrinka, 2 sets to love down, nothing to lose. Maybe the perfect situation in many ways.
Yeah.
At least to turn the match around.
Football teams sometimes find it very difficult to beat 10 men. Your mind's played with when you've got somebody injured, clearly. Medical timeout, strapping, then free. Interesting time here in this semi-final. He's won 8 of the last 9 points.
Well, that match, Wawrinka is going to win most of the time if they're going to just trade hard, heavy ground strokes from the middle of the court. Federer needs to get back to mixing it up just a little bit.
It's 4-1 Wawrinka, 3rd set.
Wawrinka leads 4-1.
Torn meniscus here last year. Federer, of course, running a bath. Of course, it wasn't running the bath. It was the twisting movement as he moved away. So he knows all about knees, Federer. It's like he's lost his focus.
Definitely.
30.
Because you can't be sure that you're going to win this match when you play against somebody like Wawrinka, who has all that power from both sides and in the serve. But difficult to concentrate.
He's starting to bully.
30-40.
Amazing how something like adversity can, it makes it so clear, it seems, to him what he has to do suddenly.
Another break point.
Yes, he is.
5-1.
Huge backhand there on the rise, but Wawrinka, Federer can't handle the pace at the moment. Concerned? Not yet. I think Magnus Norman is feeling pretty good, though.
Yeah.
And just because Wawrinka clearly is injured, he knows he has a bad knee, and he's still out there fighting with what he has left.
59.
Federer has lost his timing for the moment.
It's a 24-minute set so far. Not going to last much longer. Sick face, twice that of Federer's.
Just strap the other knee too. Just a huge backhand again from Wawrinka. So much power in that.
3 set points to start to turn this match on its head.
Let's reserve. Again,
26-minute set. Just what the physio ordered. 2-1, Federer.
6-1. Federer leads by 2-1. Time. Seats, please. Thank you.
Showing a lot of guts here, Wawrinka. And for Federer, he's lost 4 times from 2 sets up. He lost to Leighton Hewitt in the Davis Cup match 14 years ago. That was his first. Now Bandy, and a couple of years later, lost to him 7-6 in the 5th. Then he lost to Tsonga at Wimbledon in the quarterfinal 6 years ago from 2 sets up. And then Djokovic the same year in the semi-final of the US Open, 2 sets up, lost 7-5 in the 5th. So 4 times previously, Federer's lost from this position. Your thoughts, Matt, going into set 4?
Well, my thoughts after that rally is that Wawrinka, he's seeing the tennis ball as big as anything. It's a volleyball right now, and it's just a little bit too much pace for Federer. He can't handle it at the moment. Can it last for 2 more sets? Doubtful.
15 all.
He's looking to serve and volley then, and he's got to do a bit more of that again, hasn't he? He's being bullied from the back.
I think he's got to start mixing it up again. So it feels like he's sort of been waiting to see how Wawrinka is feeling and how he's moving. We know that that strap around the right knee is good for his arm because he is loose.
Boy, oh boy. He's really struggling to deal with this, Federer.
I think so too. It's a horrible situation for both players in many ways, because Stan obviously doesn't want to go and get a medical time. There's something wrong with him.
What a point that was to win, because it's impossible to throw any more at Federer there.
30 all.
And a good reaction there from Federer. Trying to get himself going here again. Got to get emotionally involved again, Federer. He was the first 2 sets. It's always so difficult to play a tennis match, I've found, when it means a lot more to me than it seems to mean to your opponent. That's the situation here, because this is Federer's match to win. He has to win here. And for Wawrinka, he's just sort of out there hitting tennis balls. Of course, he's trying to win, but
He's made it. Wow. Federer hadn't lost his serve. He's just been broken 3 times in a row. This match has a very different feel now.
this is an excellent service return from Wawrinka. He's so strong up there. To get that by Federer.
There was no split step from Federer, was there? To move again. He was still going in one direction, forwards. But it was an unbelievable return.
Sometimes you try and hit a kick serve. It's about getting as close to the net as possible, and you hope that you can just sort of block the return. Look at this. Wawrinka is so loose. I bet you this has happened in practice quite often too, when Wawrinka is just playing out of his mind, and you can't do anything about it. It's very difficult anyway. amazing points we've seen in this tournament.
15 all.
Brilliance.
Thank you.
So well played by Stan Wawrinka.
The level he is sustaining here is extraordinary.
30-15.
Such a good little defensive chip, and then he just held that forehand a little bit, a la Roger Federer. Yeah. Waited for Federer. He's in pain at the same time.
Yeah.
It just has to be just a matter of time before Wawrinka starts missing a little bit, and Federer capitalizes on one of these big points that are coming up here.
And away for the serve, because we know how big he can serve. At least it's not the lead leg. He's not loading on that leg. So he can rely on his brute strength. He's just making him play a lot of balls on the backhand. He's got a load on it there.
Yeah, and Stan suddenly also in the middle of the rally took a couple of steps back and got pushed back. He tried to step into that one, but before then he was pushed back, and this is literally a match point. I believe, because if Federer comes back in this set, suddenly the momentum starts shifting. And but
just all-out attack, every single ball. It has to be.
Deuce.
Has been from the start of the third set, as you said. For once, he looks a little shocked, Federer.
Yeah, he
like,
does.
What is going on here?
Advantage, Federer.
Geeing himself up. Wawrinka's first double fault.
Thank you.
Another break point. Long. He's back in the fourth set. He's back on track. But the crowd just have got to really respect both men here. There's so much excitement. There's such a will for Federer to win.
I didn't miss it by much for Wawrinka, but Federer did great, stay alive in that rally.
Please.
Has he ever been more loved, Federer?
Out.
It's because of the barren spell. Last title, the Grand Slam, Wimbledon 5 years ago. It's like the tennis world is desperate for him to get another one. I mean, why? He's got 17.
It's not easy for him to shut that out. I have a feeling that everybody wants him to have the 18th, and I don't know why he doesn't come out and say, I don't care about my 18th, I just care about the next one. And it isn't the last one. Not playing to win the last one. You guys are making it harder for me.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, I don't agree with that shot ever, but he has to hit it.
He's got the copyright on it.
Yeah, he has a copyright, and he's hit it too many times. I saw him play the semifinals of Marat Safin, and in I believe 2003, 4, 5 maybe. Match point up in the 4th set. Federer, exactly the same point. He had time to hit a forehand or back, and he chose to hit the tweener and lost the match in 5 sets.
He's back in control of this one. 2005, that match against Safin.
Safin then beat Leighton Hewitt.
Federer leads 2-1.
Really raised the level there, Federer.
Raised the intensity level, and his team and his player box and family, they got it, I think, because it was an inevitable.
Easy for you to say.
Easy for me to say, exactly. Inevitable that he was going to win this match. Couldn't add on the biddy to that. I'll get it later.
15.
It's a beautiful sight when they both do it off that serve. I don't know whose looks better. I don't know.
They're different. They're so different.
Yeah, late call corrected by Jake Garner. Challenged.
No, because it's 40-15. Otherwise, I'm sure Federer would have liked to see that.
First serve again. Stabilizing game for Wawrinka. 2-all, 4th set.
2 games on.
It really feels like this is a better situation for Wawrinka to be in, because suddenly it's just everybody just took a deep breath after Federer broke back, and it was it got to be too intense, where suddenly I would have assumed that Wawrinka, hold on a second, I can still win this. Now we're back to just that, oh, I'm slightly injured and I can just relax and go for my shots again. Problem is, Federer needs that intensity level high.
It's the double. First serve percentage in the match for Federer is 56%.
Not really good enough. It's good enough now, maybe, but it's not good enough when you play against a Rafa Nadal or an Andy Murray or Novak Djokovic. Not that they're here, but Nadal is.
Certain volley again. There's a light.
She was calling out, yes. Federer tries to call on the left.
That was called out.
Just stand and tell you should challenge.
Yeah.
Oh, great spirit.
Oh my goodness. How quick was he to get back from the slide? Look at that. Tells you everything.
Federer leads 3-2.
In the semis as well, he played brilliantly in the quarterfinals, Federer, and served extremely well. It happened in Wimbledon. He lost to Novak as well. He played an unbelievable match against Andy Murray in the semis, and he served, I don't know, 80% of first serves, dropped all the way down to 50% as soon as he played Djokovic. So hopefully for him, it doesn't happen because it's a big match.
You know, maybe the first time, sorry, Matt, it's in the tournament. He's 2 sets up. Wawrinka hurt his knee. For the first time, Federer's maybe thinking, oh, I could win this.
Yeah, I would think so. I would think so. And is it in the first serve percentage where it shows the most?
Yeah.
Because it really, those 2 matches were huge.
Yeah.
Please.
Being pushed a little bit further behind the baseline. Suddenly Federer here is just hitting the ball a little bit harder, Wawrinka, and has Federer taken a step back.
Yeah, Wawrinka.
He's hanging in, Wawrinka. Little lull for new balls here.
3 games over.
There'll be a lot of players saying right now, wish I could play like that on that knee. It's held up pretty well. That tape, you can see how tight it is. Oof. It's holding it together, the tendons or whatever that job does. Nadal, remember him when he had his knees taped like that, just under the kneecap, under the patella?
Yeah, I didn't even know how to, you keep your blood circulating underneath it.
Yeah. Whether it's tendonitis or not, which Nadal suffered with so badly. But Uncle Tony, yesterday being interviewed, said he's pain-free. Nadal is pain-free, and he had a great big smile on his face as he was saying it. How long has that taken?
There's
a little bit of stress in that face, I think, right now. Big point, that one. Federer got a little bit lucky. He framed one of the backhands, and you would back Wawrinka to make that.
Two aces in a row. It's 3 in his last 2 service games. 4-3, fourth set.
Federer leads 4 games to 3.
Huge pressure now on Wawrinka. 2 sets to 1 down, 3-4 down, fourth set.
Thank you. Federer returns on the ball on the right far sideline. The ball was called.
What?
Looked way in, didn't it?
He must have not seen it at all. I think it turned around, maybe, because that's potentially go down, I believe, as one of the worst challenges, and maybe not so bad.
15 love. Federer has 2 challenges remaining.
Looks so easy when he does it, and it is not.
Please.
He did well to pick that up.
This is a beautifully cleanly struck backhand from Federer. Nice. I got the court from now. 10 o'clock. I reserved it. Part of him wants to keep running there. You have a feeling right now.
Please.
Maybe one too many backhands here, Federer. I mean, topspin backhands, that is. Seemed like if he plays his way, a little short slice cross court, and then start the point over. Backhand down the line with the one hand. Tough shot to make, over and over again. Isn't he so good in the corner, Federer? That squash shot, slice forehand.
Deuce.
It makes it so hard for Wawrinka to bring that ball back over the net.
Please. Right, please.
More wide than long, I think.
Advantage, Wawrinka.
You got to take your hat off, though, for Stan Wawrinka, having turned this match around and actually turned it into a match.
Yeah.
On one leg. And tactically, this changed.
Well done. Held up really well there.
Out. Look at you.
Oh, that's huge. Off a nothing ball that was mishit. Now then.
Wow.
Love
Federer just a little bit tentative in that forehand. Mishit it slightly, but how do you hit a winner from back there? Oh!
Fantastic.
Where does this come from?
Federer's asking the same question. He looks so tight now facially. It's 3 break points. The knee changed everything.
Yeah, absolutely everything. Great second serve, lots of top spin on that. Risky as well.
30-40.
Look how high that kicked up. Too high, even for Wawrinka.
He's got it!
Amazing.
How well did he move to that? He's going to serve to take this match the distance, Wawrinka.
Wawrinka leads 5 games to 4.
There has definitely been a few anxious looks from Federer back to the camp, and this man's camp, well, ignited when he got the break there.
Yeah, they're ready again, and so is Stan. There was a fist pump after that, a come on in the middle of that game. This match has a completely different look now. And Wawrinka has just figured out how to play tennis the right way, depending on the circumstances. Obviously, there's something wrong with his knee. It's not too painful to run on it, but he's also figured out that he has to go for shots because of the knee. And he is just executing to perfection. Incredible. People are stunned as well. There are nobody clapping there. Not that they're not rooting for Stan as well, but it's just a weird match.
It's 3 set points.
14.
It's Wawrinka's first love service game of the match. Takes the 4th set with it. They go the distance.
2 sets up.
Okay, we do the same thing.
Well, we've seen it all now. Roger Federer had the trainer on at the end of the 4th set, and now he is going off. Is he going to come back with 2 knees strapped? This is amazing. And the turnaround is amazing too. Wawrinka, it seems, Matt, in sets 3 and 4, is hitting the ball even harder than the first 2 sets.
Yeah, he's playing the way that he needs to play to beat Roger Federer. He needs to overpower him.
Wawrinka's going as well.
He's going to the bathroom. You're allowed to go to the bathroom when your opponent takes a medical timeout. And then it doesn't count as a bathroom break for yourself.
Andreas Egli, former chair umpire, now supervisor, presiding. Well, I think there's a lot of shocked people around the turnaround here. I mean, Wawrinka favourite now?
Well, certainly if he plays the way he plays, I don't know, can Federer step his level up? Maybe. He's going to have to. If Wawrinka plays like that, Federer is going to have to step it up. Can Wawrinka play like that for another 45 minutes, let's say, because that's what it's going to take most probably.
Merker can't believe it. I don't think anybody can, really. At 2 sets, when he called the trainer, he looked in a lot of pain. Who would have thought, after 26 minutes 4th set, 3rd set, 38 minutes 4th set, they'd be locked at 2 sets all. It's been a tournament of surprises, that's for sure.
Yeah, I could have bet anything that this was not going to be a match.
Wawrinka back first. And of course, the second men's semi-final, Nadal and Dimitrov. Nadal champion 09, taking on another phenomenal shot maker in Dimitrov. His first semi-final here, second Grand Slam semi-final for the Bulgarian. That's tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock live, exclusive on Eurosport 1. Should be a terrific match too.
Ladies and gentlemen, Federer is now receiving an off-court medical timeout.
Well, we await with bated breath to see what Federer comes back with. Any taping, or is he just having a back manipulation or so on? That's been the one thing that's always been his problem throughout his career before the meniscus tear in the knee. But concerned faces everywhere in that box. All eyes on the tunnel.
What's going through your mind?
Just disbelief, I would think. I mean, this is an unbelievable turnaround.
It was just a feeling of pure joy.
Of course, it is against Stan Wawrinka, who can play tennis like this, who plays tennis like this when he's really on fire.
That was definitely
Margaret Court, of course.
I'm definitely focused on the next
24
round.
Grand Slam singles titles
like,
for
okay,
her. Rod Laver, who went with us earlier, he's been awarded the Companion of the Order of Australia for achievement and merit in service to Australia and humanity, an award that was started by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
It's kind of like, why
She's thrilled
not?
to receive it, presented with it before this match this evening.
I know that I can play. Yeah, of course.
2 times a Grand Slam champion, winning the 4 majors in the calendar year, 62 and 69.
You can't really get here.
Extraordinary achievement.
So there's only so much magic that can happen without like the work and the belief.
So you're facing your sister Serena, somebody.
It's now the reverse of the psychology, isn't it, for Wawrinka? He's just cooling off a little, taking a bit of heat off.
Yeah, or maybe this is Federer's way of getting even.
It's quite a break. He wants to know 1 minute before Federer's due to return, so I presume he's just going to then get up and jump around a little.
How long are these medical timeouts, do we know?
Well, I think up to 10 minutes, but I don't think it's an official rule, really. I mean, once the assessment's taken place, he has then 3 minutes, which he's going to be back before the 10. There's a 3-minute timeout once
he's assessed.
Once it's been called, yeah, after the assessment. And that's why Stan's saying, well, tell me when two have gone and one's left. And up he gets. Federer to serve first, final set. It's a pretty important service game. Broken in the first game of the 4th. The planking. You any good at that?
Yeah, but not after 2.5 hours of playing tennis. He is very strong. You saw that when he took his shirt off. He's a strong man. Well, he's ready. It's an incredible turnaround that suddenly Wawrinka is the one that's jumping around and looks healthy and ready to play. It's a long medical timeout, it seems to me.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it took him 2 minutes to diagnose. A minute and a half for the changeover.
No tape, so maybe just a back manipulation. Well, it's all to play for.
Seats quickly, please. Thank you.
5th and final set.
Fasten your seatbelts.
Yes. No tie breaks.
Thank you.
Federer
Seats
to begin.
please. Final set. Federer to serve. Thank you. Please. The gentleman caught on the right side, the ball was called in. Wawrinka has 2 challenges remaining. Please.
For once, not a very well placed first serve by Federer. Might have tried for the body serve that time and missed it by a foot.
Comfortable hold at the start of the fifth. And he's winning serve comfortably and quickly. Seems to ignite in every way. So now a very important opening service game for Wawrinka.
Really important for Federer to be ahead here in the fifth set. To start serving is a big advantage, I think. 'Cause not as long as you're on serve, it isn't. But once you get a break and you start serving, well, suddenly you're leading by 3 games. And that makes you relax, and you can then suddenly break again. And it's tough for the other guy. So huge game for Stan Wawrinka.
Perfect.
14 love.
Love hold. 2 in a row for Wawrinka.
There's a very worrying stat for Roger Federer fans is that Stan Wawrinka, on his second serve, he's winning 73% of the points. He's only winning 63 on when his first serve goes in, Wawrinka, so it's a strange difference, but nevertheless, it's worrying for Federer. Whoa.
A wry smile. What defense. Great length on the lobs.
I'm not sure what happens there.
15 over.
Very rarely makes mistakes like that.
Please.
Mistimed it.
Thirteen 15. Please.
Oof. Wow.
30 over.
He didn't anticipate that one coming there, Federer. He didn't move.
Talking of movement, how well is Wawrinka moving? And there's no serve volley at the moment. Still another break point.
Yeah, Federer is stuck here, I think, tactically a little bit. He's not willing to risk it tactically, and he's going to have to go back to risking it because Wawrinka is playing too good right now.
He had a chance too.
What a point.
How did Federer stay in that?
And how does he dare to do this? I mean, it is the right shot, and there was no way he was going to miss it. In fact, it wasn't a great drop shot. It was just hit at the right time. And at least Stan Wawrinka didn't have time to hit a topspin shot. But he's willing to trade baseline shots, Federer, right now. And that's dangerous. Has to mix it up a little bit, it seems.
First the look at Wawrinka, then the camp. What a big hole that is. That is a huge hole. 2-1 Federer, final set.
Federer leads 2-1.
Federer is out there hoping that Stan will give him or hand him this match at some point because of some reason, and maybe that's attached to his knee and maybe not be able to move as well. But suddenly Wawrinka, he's moving great, and he hasn't told Federer, listen, I got a sore knee, I can't move. That was never said.
Yeah.
Just assume that the tactical change that he made for Wawrinka and suddenly started going at everything nearly as hard as he could. When you're facing that as an opponent, you assume, okay, he's doing that because, first of all, his knee is sore, he can't run as much, and second of all, that's all he's got left. He's got to change.
Ooh. It's the first time he's had a lead in the Wawrinka service game since the first game of the third set. That's how long it's been. There's daylight here for Federer.
And slightly conservative in that approach shot, Wawrinka. It's too easy.
Please.
Huge point.
Oh my goodness.
Did he really just do that? It looked long. And he doesn't want to see it. Wow. Just to see it.
Yeah.
Well, that's unplayable. Whoosh.
He tried this time to take the return really early. For everything you've said about the second serve percentage, points won. And then they miss it.
Thank you. Please.
He prefers Stan to make his first serve. He's really struggling with the second. Doesn't know what to do with it.
40-30.
Yeah, well, Wawrinka has scared him. It's not enough to chip it back either, because Wawrinka is hitting the ball so well and heavy at the moment.
Just huge. 4 points in a row. 2-all. Fifth set. I mean, that ace at love 30 on the second serve.
Well, it's nearly sending the message, listen, I'm just out there trying crazy things, risky, but he's such a good ball striker, Stan Wawrinka, that he can play tennis like this. Very few people can, if any.
Look at him.
Because suddenly, Federer is 2 sets to love up. Wounded opponent, semifinals of a Grand Slam. Tension is rising.
Pitching on.
Hasn't done that for a while.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a message, isn't it?
We love that. I think everybody loves to see it these days because you never really see it that often, and when you see it, it's so cool.
Let's for serve.
Well, he rolled the first backhand in way over the net, and then suddenly he sort of just decelerated through that backhand. Federer gotta have a first serve in play here, it seems. Suddenly he's missing those by a foot or two.
Please.
Great length on the return. Then the hammer blow.
Deuce.
Dangerous place to serve to. Second serve to your opponent's forehand. Of course, he's got a good backhand, Wawrinka, but he's got to kick it up high there. You think Federer has to be careful here.
Advantage, Federer.
Sat there for him, didn't it?
Another serve, though, to Wawrinka's forehand. But why would he do that? Why wouldn't you go to the backhand? Because the last time you served over there, nerves. He's just not have anything on the shots anymore, Federer. He's rolling it in play on both sides. Wawrinka just keeps pounding away.
He's got another break point.
Oh, wow. And he's tight as well. Yes, maybe the first time in the match that I believe he could have thought about, geez, if I win this point.
Just blocking the return back so well, but there's only been one serve and volley.
Not easy overheads at this stage of the match.
Especially when the crowd get involved, because they think he's going to win the point.
Advantage, Federer.
There was a lot of noise before he made contact with this overhead.
Yep.
What a difference it makes. Second time in this set, he saves a break point, Federer, and moves ahead 3-2.
Federer leads 3-2. Thank you.
Wawrinka, 2-3, final set.
Please. Thank you. Let's serve.
We saw the stat of the sit down, how he's backed off from going to the net, Federer. I know he's hitting it unbelievably hard, Wawrinka, but it's a huge change to the first two sets. By a third, he's backed off.
15 love.
It's an excellent return from Federer. One of the best ones he's hit here for the last hour off of a second serve.
Definitely prefers the first serve going in.
15
Lower, harder.
Don't have much choice. Just sort of react to it and try and get a clean strike.
Wait, please. Thank you.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, that's a big, deep breath.
15-14. Please.
Two more huge points.
Ooh. No, that you cannot cheer a double fault like that, people. But yes, of course he can.
Federer leads 4-2.
Because he deserved to win this match, Federer, in many ways. After the first two sets, he's clearly the better player, but how injured was Stan before he got the wrapping on his knee? And then after the last two sets, I'm not sure Federer really deserved it, but in the end, Maybe he does.
Practice.
Where did that game come from Stan? He just looked like he wasn't going to miss for the rest of the match, and then 3 in a row.
Yeah, start thinking about the finish line, I think, Wawrinka eventually.
How quickly things change.
Thank you.
There's a serve and volley. Starting to mix it up a little bit and sort of breaking the rhythm. That's the whole idea of serving and volleying, is break the rhythm of your opponent so he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, breathe.
Oh, a little bit risky, but he is Roger Federer.
Merker's being shown on the big screen all the time. I hope Federer's not looking at it.
Are they showing her up there too?
Yeah.
Disagree with that, personally.
Federer is a game away from his 28th Grand Slam final.
Federer leads 5-2. Time.
A minute shy. Well, no, we've gone to 3 hours. He's won nearly $100 million, Federer. I wonder how much he'd pay to get a break here. Wawrinka serving to stay in the match.
It's really
2-5 final set.
Sorry, Chris. It's incredible that we're here after 3 hours.
Yes.
After that beginning, the first set, 7-5, and then the 6-3 Federer. It's obvious. How wrong I was.
Good to know.
And it's really because of this man, Stan the man. But it's Grand Slam champion qualities that he's shown Stan Wawrinka, I have to say, because clearly something is not right. He's had tape on his knee the whole tournament, and then he feels it, he goes out, he cries. Somehow he digs deep and finds another way of playing tennis. Stay in the present, don't worry about the future, and just dig in.
(30-15). Witness. 14-15.
Federer is going to have to serve it out. Everyone leans a little further forwards on the Rod Laver Arena.
Big moment in Roger Federer's career, this one. I know he's won everything there is to win, but this.
Thank you. Please. That's for serve.
Great effort from Wawrinka there, great effort. It's almost pleading from Merker.
I can't take it anymore, that's what it looks like.
Thank you.
Oof.
Thank you. Thank you. Please. Please.
He's done it.
Game, set, match, Federer. 3 sets to 2, 7-5, 6-3, 1-6, 4-6, 6-3.
A special embrace of two close friends. He is in his 28th Grand Slam final, and to the delight of everybody here and millions around the world, he's got a chance to win his 18th Grand Slam. It's his 6th final here. He's 4 times a champion. It was tight. Wawrinka, a phenomenal resistance from him. 2 sets down, his knee not good. What a fight. 3 hours and 5 minutes. Much appreciated by everybody here. Just one loose game. Cost him in the end. It's a lonely walk back. Jim Courier with the questions to Federer.
So Roger, boy, what a match. You're up 2-0. Stan gets treated for an injury timeout, comes out with tape on his knee. What changed at that point in the match?
Well, it's good to talk about the bad stuff first, I guess, but...
Yeah, let's get it out of the way. Come on, there's more good stuff coming, I promise.
There's good stuff coming, good. Oh, thank God. But, no, honestly, I thought I was in the match at the beginning of the third as well. I was really feeling good. You know, he seemed like he was maybe a step slow, or maybe he was just getting used to the tape. That stuff happens. So then after that, all of a sudden, I thought he relaxed really, and I just couldn't serve as well as I did, and you know, he let it go, and it worked well for him. And next thing you know, is like it's hard to stop the bleeding, I guess. And I fought in the fourth and just couldn't really get my rhythm back, and I felt, I don't know, I was playing tight, so it wasn't easy. And Stan, you know, maybe he was also playing nothing to lose anymore. I'm not sure, but it was definitely very tricky to get to playing good tennis for both of us in the fifth.
I got one more tough question, then we'll get to the good stuff, okay? You're treated for an injury timeout. After the fourth set, what was your issue?
Well, I've had a leg thing going on for the week, so and I felt it from sort of the second game on in the match. I don't know why, but I just said, you know what? I never take injury timeouts. Stan already took his, so I guess people won't be mad, and Stan won't be mad, hopefully. And it wasn't on the set change, and you know, you just hope something works. So that physio, he's got some magic hands going on.
I'm not a doctor, but leg thing is a little unspecific. Is there a calf, quad? What's the? Because you look like you're moving really well.
Yeah, I thought I was moving actually the same way like in the first couple of sets. I'm not sure how much it brought to me, but so if you go off the court, that means the treatment is further up the leg.
You don't need to be more specific. That's enough. We're going to move along.
We're not that specific.
Yeah.
We're still talking about the leg, right?
No, we're moving on to the fifth set. We're leaving that. Fifth set. These things are getting looser and looser, these interviews. Fifth set, you're down a couple of break points. I mean, walk us through how you escaped that fifth set and turned it on.
I don't know how many break points I saved. Oh, 2. Was it 2? Jeez. It was, yeah, no, it was tough. I felt that Stan had the upper hand in the fifth from the baseline. I felt like he was reading my serve well. Maybe that had something to do with him being more relaxed. I don't know, but I just knew that I had to stay in it somehow, and that if I played aggressive and connected on a few returns, that all of a sudden it could turn around. I did feel like he gave me a bit of a cheap break. It's not like I really deserved it at that moment, but after that I did well. I served it home, and I couldn't be happier right now.
Yeah, it sounds like you're not the only one who's happy that you're into your sixth Australian Open final. After the 6 months off tour, I mean, what does this mean to you to be back at the Grand Slam final again?
I don't know, I felt like everything happened so quickly at the end. I was disbelief. I had to check the score after the match point was over. I was like, is it 5-3 40 love like I thought it was? And I'm doing the interview, it's all real. So it's it feels amazing. You know, I never ever in my wildest dreams thought I was going to be coming this far here in Australia, and here I am. Got a couple of days off. It's beautiful. I'm so happy.
Well, there's still more work to do. One more match, and it's not going to be easy. Let's talk about both opponents. Your first opponent, we'll talk about Grigor Dimitrov, who's playing so well. He won in Brisbane. He's on a roll. What challenges would he present if he's in the final for you?
Well, he's got a very complete game. He can mix it up super well, and I think he's very confident right now. You never want to play confident players, but it's either got to be him or Rafa, and so it's going to be tough regardless. But talking about Grigor, I really like his game. He's got a nice playing style. I think that's why also a lot of players come out and watch him. And he's had a tough couple of years, and I'm happy for him that he was able to turn it around. And I didn't think it was going to be this consistent, this tough, this tournament, but he beat some really quality players, and now he's got one of the ultimate tests in the game in Rafa tomorrow. So I'm going to be watching that too.
Sure. Well, you know, Grigor is still, he's a little upset that you released that music video on your social channels that showed your singing talent, in quotations. So that may give him a little bit of something to play for tomorrow night to get a shot at you.
Well, it's all mind games at this point, you know. No, I actually think he knew that I released it.
Oh, he found out.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your greatest rival in your career, Rafael Nadal, and what he's meant to you, and just look into that matchup and give us a little preview of how you'd be looking forward to that match.
Yeah, it's real now. I can really actually talk about playing a finals for the first time. I've been dodging that bullet, you know, for the last sort of days now, not talking about the next round and the next round, but this is the last one. So I'll leave it all out here in Australia, and if I can't walk for another 5 months, that's okay. So I'll give it all I have. Rafa's definitely presented me with the biggest challenge in the game. I think I played him too many times on clay early in my career, and I think that had something to do then the way I played him on different surfaces too. But I think this court allows me to play offensive. I mean, I'm probably his #1 fan of Rafa. I think his game is just tremendous. He's an incredible competitor, and I'm happy we did have some epic battles over the years, and of course it would be unreal to play here. I think both of us, we would have never thought that we were going to be here potentially playing in the finals, because I went to open his academy in Mallorca with him a few months back, and I told him, look, I wish we could do like a charity match or like something, but I was on one leg, he had the wrist injury, and we were playing some mini tennis with some juniors, and we're like, that's the best we can do right now. A few months later, we're maybe going to be in the finals. I am, he maybe. So I think it's very special for both of us this tournament already. So I just hope it's going to be a good match tomorrow.
Thank you, Roger. What a terrific, wonderful tournament you're having, and I think the fans are going to be looking forward to seeing you on Sunday night. Well done. Roger Federer, everyone.
Yes, and you feel for Dimitrov, not that he's listening to this, of course, but you get an overwhelming feeling that the crowd obviously want a Federer-Nadal final. Dimitrov will have a lot to say about that, but how pleased he is to have another chance to win a Grand Slam. It was one hell of a battle, but he's through. So let's head back to the studio and get some more reaction. Back to you, Rob.